What's up again, YouTube? Marcel here, shooting another video, but for today it won't be a vlog, it'll be more of a review. And what I will be reviewing today is a TV show called The 100. The TV show is about the space station called the Ark that was sent to outer space for mankind to survive. It was sent there because there was a war that involved a lot of nuclear bombs, I'm guessing, and the radiation from the bombs made life on Earth inhabitable. So the space station and all the people on it had to wait about 100 years for the radiation to subside. But that's not the case, because on year 97 the space station started to deteriorate and they needed to get off of it within, I want to say 4 months it was, or all life on the space station would start to fade away. So on the Ark there's severe rules that if broken you either paid with your life in jail or death. The council on the Ark had the idea of sending 100 criminals. Most of them were kids doing juvenile stuff. They were expendable, so they sent them. On this space shuttle that is going back to Earth, there are children that are of importance. Now, as the space station was going back to Earth, they were wearing wristbands. It doesn't look like this, but that read your vital signs to see if you were alive, how the radiation was affecting you. Now when they got there on impact, 2 people died because they were following one of the supporting characters named Finn. He's like the bad boy of the show. So they die, and there's about 98 kids left. There's this one who kind of self-appointed himself as the leader. His name is Bellany Blake. He's not even really supposed to be there. He got his way onto the shuttle by sneaking on, and he did something bad, I guess, to do it. Now, on the second episode, which we'll get to, we find out that he shot the Chancellor, which is basically the president. Also, one of the supporting characters on the show is a girl called Olivia Blake, the sister of Bellany. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce his name. She's called the girl under the floor because she was hidden for most of her life underneath the floor, because one of the rules on the Ark is that you are not allowed to have a second child. And breaking this rule was the death penalty, so she lost her mother. So they land on Earth, everyone's happy, what you would expect being in a new place and all, especially Earth when you've been in space all your life. Now their mission is to find a place called Mount Weather. It has food for, I think it was 300 people for about 3 years, and also to see if Earth was safe to come back to. For the most part, for the beginning it was, until they go off on an adventure to find this mountain. Things go wrong. First thing is, Olivia, she's a reckless type. She jumps into the water, and immediately after that, one to believe is a anaconda. I'm not sure because you just saw basically a shadow in the water, but it looked like an anaconda because it was long. It takes her, and it drags her up the river. She gets saved by Jasper, and good news for him because he had a crush on her. She gets hurt on the leg, but they keep moving on to find Mount Weather, and they stumble across a river. Now Clark says the river's not on the map. Jasper crosses the river, and as soon as he does, he picks up a sign, and then he gets speared into the chest. Later, we figure out that the river was supposed to be a border of some kind. For what? I don't know. They haven't gotten that far into the story yet. But that does mean that they are not alone on this planet. Now, I'm thinking that it's just survivors that survive. Episode 2 shows that there were survivors, but they are somewhat deformed because of the shape of the skull. How are they still there on the planet Earth? On episode 2 now, we see them go off to save Jasper and the guy Bellany. I swear, he is just, there's something about him that I don't trust. And I mean, yeah, he shot the Chancellor, but I think it was for Kane. He's not evil, but his ways are just extreme. And he wants to do good by his people, but the way he's doing it is wrong. So what I think he did was, I think he hired Bellany to shoot the Chancellor so that Kane can become the Chancellor, and also he helped him get on the ship because Bellany couldn't have done it alone. He had to have help. The Chancellor suspects this, of course, but he doesn't have any proof. Bellany is on Earth with the other 100 or other 97 people, taking off their wristbands. The wristbands is needed to communicate with the Ark to tell you about the vital signs and all of that, you know. So yeah, he just wants to stay there with his people, and he doesn't want anyone from the Ark to come down because as soon as they do, he feels like they're going to kill all the prisoners, So at the end of the episode, we see that there is a man in the woods, one of the survivors on Earth. He's in the woods. He's watching the 100, and that's how the episode ends. Let's get into a little bit of the characters themselves. We have Clark, who is the girl, and she's the daughter of the lead scientist of this, I'm going to say mission. And then we have Wells, which is, I want to say, her ex-best friend. I don't know, they seem like they have some kind of chemistry there. Wells is also the son of the Chancellor. Now, and then everyone else is kind of random people. Well, not random, but you don't really know anything about them that much. So you have Clark, Wells, Bellany, his sister Olivia, and Jasper. And I want to say some other names, but they escape me right now. And I don't want to stop to go look. But, oh, and you also have Kane and the Chancellor and Clark's mom, who are the main three that is on the arc. Now, this is a really good show. I would say go watch it. It comes on the CW on Wednesdays at 9. It's a really good show. But that is all I have for you today. I should have done a little bit more research on the show before doing a review. This is my first review ever, so hope I did a good job. But stay tuned this weekend. I'll be doing a couple of more reviews and vlogs over the weekend. I won't upload them on the weekend. I'll upload them next week so I can have them for the week, because this weekend I'll be pretty busy. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys. What?